Raiders of the Lost Ark came out in 1981, and it quickly became a fan favorite. It sparked a timeless franchise featuring our beloved Han Solo as a nerdy professor that also happens to go on death-defying adventures. 42 years later, we're getting the final chapter in the first and only film not directed by Steven Spielberg. It's also not written by George Lucas, as they have both stepped into producer roles. Let's take a look at the trailer that Disney just shared.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
Dad told me you found something on a train during the war. A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy? Don't move.
We need to get out of here. Stop! Sorry.
Helena!
Dr. Jones, get him. Hitler made mistakes, and with this, I will correct them all. You stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it. It's called capitalism.
This way!
Fasten your seatbelt. There might be some turbulence.
You've taken your chances, made your mistakes, and now a final triumph.
Give him hell, Indiana Jones!
A few times in my life, I've seen things. I've been tortured with voodoo. Been shot 9 times, including once by your father.
Sorry!
But I've been looking for this all my life.
The trailer begins back with Indy as an old retired guy sitting on his couch watching TV. We then see him riding a subway during the 1969 space race. These cheerleading outfits seem very familiar, but I couldn't find anything online. If you know what these ladies are, let me know in the comments down below. Then we get a surprise retirement party where it looks like he's not really happy about retiring. His goddaughter, Helena Shaw, shows up and seems to tempt him into one final mission.
I'm retiring.
Well, in that case, what are we drinking?
Same for the goddaughter.
She's the daughter of an old friend that we've never actually met before in the movies, but we know that their bond is close. He trusts her a lot. She tells him that her dad told her that Indy found something. Then we get our first look at the young CG version of Indiana Jones, as we see him on the train fighting the Nazi Mads Mikkelsen, who seems to have been hired by NASA in present day, and Indy is not very happy about it. She's been chasing this dial for a while now, and says that it can change the course of history.
A dial that could change the course of history.
Why are you chasing the thing that drove your father crazy?
Helena seems to betray him here in a scene that looks like a scene from Uncharted. In typical Indy fashion, he causes chaos to get away from his tough situation. But it looks like the Nazis have actually had their eyes on them. They have these character sheets for both of them.
Dr. Jones.
We get another flashback and we see the young version of Indy here. The use of CGI actually hurt the Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls, but it looks like they're only using it sparingly here. Although not perfect, it looks like they replicated young Harrison Ford pretty faithfully. We then cut to what looks like a parade, very similar to the old ticker tape parades, where they used to close down an entire city for a celebration. And judging from the year that this is supposed to take place, they're probably celebrating the moon landing. That explains the space kid in the subway. There's also a few anti-war signs here, but it's mostly about the astronauts, as we see that one of the parade floats is actually an astronaut. We see Indy on horseback running through the parade to get away from the Germans. We somehow make it back to the subway station on horseback, and we see him do one last epic chase sequence, mirroring the famous Boulder chase from the original. We cut back to the Germans where he finds the dial inside of a crate saying,
Hitler made mistakes, and with this, I will correct them all.
He's planning to finish what Hitler started with the dial, so it's a very significant artifact.
You stole it. Then you stole it.
And then I stole it.
Harrison Ford owes his entire career to this movie franchise, so it's awesome to see him come back to reprise his role one last time before he retires. The cracking of the whip gave me chills and so much nostalgia. This final chapter will be Indiana Jones' final note in this story that spans decades in the making. He finally gets to wrap this epic journey with a bow as one of the most popular adventure stories ever put on film. Indiana Jones has inspired countless movies and video games including Tomb Raider, Uncharted, and so many more. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny will hit theaters on June 30th, and we'll have our whips ready and our tissues nearby. Did we miss any Easter eggs or references? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe while you're down there. Until next time, I'm Anthony with Blue Box Nerd signing out. Stay nerdy.